Hey guys, girls, Phil here, Next72Hours, coming to you from the garden today. And we're just going to do a real brief video, a bit of an intro really. Today I've been suffering from allergies and hay fever especially, and as a result some bronchitis or asthma maybe, and so I went out today for a bit of foraging and I came across a couple of plants, namely the Kawakawa and the Manuka, which I've done short videos on before. I'm going to produce a cup of tea and I'm going to try and drink this for the next week every day. It's supposed to have exceptional healing properties. Manuka is going to have the antimicrobial and antibacterial properties, and the Kawakawa is well known for its bronchial properties that help with bronchial problems such as asthma or infections or chesty coughs. And so we're going to boil those up together. We're going to dry the Herbal, which is the native pepper plant, and we're going to make that into a spice, basically crush it down in a pestle and mortar and use that for some seasoning. And then we're going to use some of the Manuka to smoke, probably at this stage some salmon, and also add some of the Kawakawa to it as well for some seasoning. We might do two types of salmon, one smoked and one steamed, with some Kawakawa, lemon, lime and maybe some cilantro. So we'll see what happens with that, but basically I'll give you a quick look at the plants we've got today. It's a selection of it, and then we will make the drink, and then I'll come back to you in about a week's time and tell you how effective it is, because I've been really struggling early in the morning, unable to breathe, and everything's been closed like the doctors and chemists, so it's been impossible to go and get some of those medications without turning up at the hospital. But then there's a 2, 3, 4 hour wait, so we're going to try it the natural way first and see what happens. So we'll flip over and have a look at these plants, and we'll go from there. Alright, so as you can see, here are the plants, or some of the plants I've collected. We've got the Kawakawa here on the left, recognisable by its heart-shaped leaves, and what you're looking for when you're foraging for this can be found in both the North and South Island, but majority more on the North Island, but we've got some here growing in Christchurch over the place, is you're looking for the leaves with the most holes. And the reason for that is that the bugs tend to eat the leaves which are in the best quality and have the highest nutritional qualities to them, so that you know they're okay. Not that they're not all okay, but the ones that have got the leaves eaten out like this are the better quality ones to grab. So for this tea I'm going to be seeping the Kawakawa and the Manuka in it, and I'm not going to dry them out, but I'm going to dry out a percentage of them after I've cut them into strips, and I'll make some actual herbal tea bags and some tea bags I've got, and we'll use those on some outdoor trips because it's a real energy and vitamin boost with these plants. The Manuka, basically you're just looking for a nice healthy bush. There's two types of plants that look identical. It's the Manuka and the Kanuka. The difference between the two, although they're identical looking, is that the Manuka is very sharp. So the other one looks exactly like this, but when you crunch this in your hands, you'll actually feel it cutting into your hands. It's got very sharp leaves, whereas the Kanuka has very soft leaves. So that's the main difference there. They have either pink or white flowers. And this one here is the Herbal, so it tends to get these red patches on it here, depending on how much sun it gets. It has a very astringent, peppery taste to it. You don't need much at all. So we're going to dry those out in the sun when we have some, and we're going to mortar and pestle them into a spice, and we'll use that. And we might add a bit of that Kawakawa as well, and make a rub for some meat that we're going to smoke or fry. So we'll get that sorted out. I'll put those to dry as well. Some of this as well. We'll take all the leaves off the plant and we'll keep the wood for the smoking. And I'll prepare a seepage or a mixture of the Kawakawa and Manuka, and drink that over the next week and come back with some feedback on how it works. But I'll flick to a video of that drink when it's done and do a little taste test for you as well. Later, when the fire ban's lifted, or we've got some a chance to get out where there's no chance of a forest fire, I'll make some up on the little firebox or fire stove there as well, which would be quite nice. So we'll flick over, and once this is made I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so it's been a good 25 minutes. We've been simmering the Kawakawa and Manuka concoction on the bench there, and you've seen the video just quickly of it boiling away, and it's changed colour, and it's all finished now. It's in a glass jar, and I'm going to have a drink of it. So I'll just flip you over so you can see what it looks like in the jar. It's got quite a green tinge to it, as you'd expect, and a very strong smell. So we'll flick over now and have a look at that. Alright, so here is the Kawakawa and Manuka mix here in the glass jug, and I'm actually going to have it iced cold because it's still quite warm out here, and hopefully you'll get a better view of the actual colour. It's not as dark as it looks in the bottle there. Quite a light tinge to it, a very strong smell though. And we'll go ahead and try that now and see what it's like, and I'll drink that for the next couple of weeks. I'll make some more every day or two. 1 glass a day should be enough to test it. If it doesn't seem to be working, I'll up it to 2 glasses, and we'll see about that. So we'll go ahead and taste it now and see what sort of flavours we can pick out. Alright, so the best part of all, the taste test. Here it is, you can still see it. How would you describe that? A little bit of an astringent taste, not unpleasant. Certainly not like some of the real herbal medicinal drinks that you'd try from like the Chinese ones or Korean ones. It's got quite a... It smells strong, but it doesn't taste nearly as strong, so I might up the amount of Kawakawa I put in it next time, tomorrow or the day after, when I get time to make it, and see if I can get a bit more flavour out of it. And the ice probably waters it down a bit, but otherwise it's not too bad. We'll test it out and see how it goes.